Hello everyone. So I'm making this video today because I've had some interest recently in a little bit more about how this site is used, and since this is the most important part, I figured I would share a video sharing a little bit more about how I personally use this site. So today I generated this article about accepting your anxiety, which is just a topic I've just been into reading a lot of stuff about mental health in Spanish lately, and so I was in the Lenape space earlier, which obviously you can see that in this target language drop down, and I got to the Spanish thing here by just clicking this, which you can find on any page of the app, including on your mobile device. You could just click the hamburger menu and then click this and write whatever language you're looking for. And once you're in here and you go and you find an article, which I did by going to the library here, and I personally generated an article about accepting anxiety, and I did an article and I put this in there, and I had like B3 in there, and I chose 200 to 300 words, and I generated my article. And after that came out, and yes, I'm the one. Yes, I watch Rick and Morty. I was in this article right here, and what I did specifically today was I have all kinds of text styles you can use. So I had this pastel here, and I was using the Georgia text. So sometimes I just like to read in certain styles. Sometimes I like using this one because it looks really cool. But today I was using this. So how do I actually use the tool? How do I actually get words into my knowledge base and go from that point? Okay, so all these words here, they're all gray. That means I've never seen them before. In reality, I've probably seen 99.9% of these words. But because this is a language that I haven't scanned everything in my brain for this language, so obviously all these things are not there. So I'm just going to show you how I use it. So I might play the word here, respuesta, and if it's like Russian or something, I'll probably say it along with it. And if I want to look up this word, most of the time I'm just going to go to Bing and look up my word. So answer. So if you have answer, you can have response, you can have reply, and sometimes so get respuesta in here. Reply. Okay. So we have that, and I can add my clue. And then once I add my clue in here, I'm going to just select how well I know it. So I already know the word. So 5 means I know it. And you see how that changed to a transparent color right there. Yeah, that's what happens when we click 5. If I didn't know it, it would be red. Then it just changes colors as I get to know it more and more. So as you get to know it, you move the number up, and then when you're at 5, you know it. So I gotta figure this out because I don't know why this is happening. Then we have natural. So this is how I go through here. So we do this, and I can put del in here. Look for Spanish of the. Oh, that's symbol. Oh no, that's not even. Yeah, so of the or from the, but we already have, and sometimes there's already things in here other people left that you can sometimes select. So I've got this. I already know what this word is, so I can select 5 on that, and then be in a star. I believe that means welfare or your well-being, something like that. Yep, well-being or welfare. But But yeah, this is how I generally go through this. And once I get to like a phrase, like for example, I'm gonna look up scene, and I'll look up embargo, and I'll be like, without embargo, doesn't make any sense. So I'll do that to get the phrase. So I just drag my mouse, and I have my phrase here, and you can still play the text, so you can see the embargo. And pretty sure this means however. You got this, and then you have all that. So however, notwithstanding, in spite of, etc. Sometimes I put in synonyms. You can put in whatever you want in here. I'm just putting my personal notes in here. And I know this word somewhat well, but not the best. I didn't know about notwithstanding and in spite of. So if you want to see your phrase come up, you have to refresh the page. And then your phrase comes up. The only thing that sucks about refreshing the page is you have to reset your text, but that's okay. Well, I can add in functionality to keep that, to maintain your selection. But yeah, this is how you generally would put in phrases and new words, how you get that. And the point is, the purpose of it is to get all of them to look like that. You want the whole phrase to look transparent. And that's how you use those tools. And if you go to once you're done here, I have a lot of features, so many features. It's there's not even enough time to go through that in an hour. But if you're the person who made it, you can delete it or edit it. If you want to go back to the library for more articles, you can search it or contribute to the library, add the articles, go get your own and add them with this. Or make crazy ones like I did with the MeSeek stuff. If you have questions about these, you can use this to talk to it. I'll make another video about that in the future. I also put this stuff on Instagram, so if you're on Instagram, I'm on there pretty regularly on my LangShack.club account. But once I get done using this, I'll go back to my dashboard and I'll show you what I do. So oftentimes I'll go into my vocabulary list here and just look at my vocabulary. So you'll see my default clue and all that when it was added. You can also update your confidence level here as well. You can see that confirmation down there at the bottom. And what I generally will do in here, though, is I go and I play games. That's what I do. So, scene embargo, that's the word I had. However, and then I can go through. You can set your sessions. So you can set by the words you know, by how well you know the words, by how many words, by when they were added. You can combine different filters if you'd like. We even have flashcard bins as well. And then there's just, you have a general vocab guessing game. I use this a lot. So I might just say however, and I can check the clue and it has everything in there. So if you really don't want to get it wrong, you can post in there and voila, you got it correct. And it's the same thing, being a star, well-being, check your clue, incorrect. And you can do all that stuff. Or if you want to have stuff from, you want to check stuff from the last 2 weeks, then get past the words we did today. Yeah, and that's a word we didn't add today. That's a word we didn't add today. And it just goes on. So that you can just, however, you go through your study session. And there's also other kinds of games as well. Like I have bingo, I have hangman. So I could say, let's see, last 24 hours all. And we know that, what is that word that I just seen in Barticle? So, guess the letter here, Pelizzi, and then you can do that until you get there. And if you know what this, well, that's a bug. I built this website myself from scratch. I just know there's gonna be bugs sometimes. But I've got everything there. If you want to see like things, if you're just like you've selected 100 articles today, or you just want to do like a list, like you're learning Spanish, you want to put articles there. You can add stuff in there. That's something random I added in there, and then you can do recent articles. So if anything you selected will show up here. So if you look through the library, you went through a whole bunch, they're all going to be in here. If you don't want them in here, just remove it. Now it's not there anymore. And it'll take you right to the article you want, and this is the article I was studying earlier. And then I think the only other thing, this is a paid feature. Don't matter about that. This doesn't have enough information. I mean, you can learn from this if you want. There's enough information to take stuff and learn from it. But we also have a forum, which I think is another really good, really cool feature. So if you're coming to the website, you can add your information in here, or add your replies. If you need a thread, we can figure that out. This is mostly my stuff. And if you're trying to practice Lenape, we already have people that are contributing to our conversations here. And if you want to practice some more Lenape, write some Lenape, practice more Lenape, get better at it. But yeah, that is how the website is used overall, the most important parts. And I can make an updated video going through some of the more in-depth things, but for the most part, this is how I generally use my website, LangShack.club. And I really would like to have more people using it, because there's a lot of different languages in here. A lot of people might find them useful. And there's a lot of languages that we never thought could be in something like this. I think it works pretty okay for Quechua and generate articles in Ojibwe and Guarani. There will have to be more testing around that, but it works well enough. You can put it in Google Translate, and it translates well. So we'll have to see how that comes out in the future. Once I start learning those languages, I'll of course add resources to the library, but for the most part, that's what I got. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Hopefully, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and it's a little bit more about the website. Thank you all for watching.